Hello guys. Welcome to another video of History and Mythology Explained. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the death of one of the most well-known people in history, Alexander the Great. How did he die? Was he killed by one of his closest generals? What happened after his death? And the real mystery surrounding his death. Was he buried alive? Watch this video till the end to know the answer to all these questions. But before going into this video, I want to thank you all for getting our channel to 500 subscribers. We've reached this far in only 4 months of time. Hope we can reach 1K subscribers soon. So if you are new to this channel and haven't subscribed already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon and make yourself a part of the HME family. I'm sure literally everyone who's watching this video know about Alexander the Great or at least heard his name before, but to those who don't know who he was. Alexander the Great was a king of the ancient Greek kingdom of Macedon. He was also called as Alexander III of Macedon, but now, he's commonly known as Alexander the Great to everyone. He was born in Pella, a city in ancient Greece, in 356 BC. He was born to Philip II of Macedon and Olympias of Epirus. His father Philip II of Macedon was the king of the kingdom of Macedon from 359 BC until his assassination in 336 BC. He was the third son of King Amyntas III of Macedon and was a member of the Argead dynasty of Macedonian kings. After his death, Alexander succeeded him to the throne at the age of 20, and spent most of his ruling years conducting a lengthy military campaign throughout Western Asia and Northeastern Africa. Alexander had created one of the largest empires in history by the age of 30, stretching from Greece to northwestern India. He was undefeated in battle and is widely considered to be one of history's greatest and most successful military commanders. Until his age of 16, Alexander was tutored by Aristotle. In 335 BC, he campaigned in the Balkans, reasserting control over Thrace and Illyria before sacking the Greek city of Thebes. Alexander was then awarded the generalship of Greece. He used his authority to launch his father's Pan-Hellenic project of assuming leadership over all the Greeks in their conquest of Persia. In 334 BC, he invaded the Achaemenid Empire, the Persian Empire, and began a series of campaigns that lasted 10 years. After his conquest of Asia Minor, he broke the power of Persia in a series of decisive battles, including those at Issus and Gaugamela. He subsequently overthrew King Darius III and conquered the Achaemenid Empire in its entirety. At that point, his empire stretched from the Adriatic Sea to the Indus River. Alexander tried so hard to reach the ends of the world and the Great Outer Sea. In 326 BC, he invaded India and achieved an important victory over King Porus at the Battle of the Hydaspes. Alexander was impressed by Porus's bravery, and made him an ally. He appointed Porus as satrap, and added to Porus's territory land that he did not previously own. Choosing a local helped him control these lands so distant from Greece. Alexander founded 2 cities on opposite sides of the Hydaspes River, naming one Bucephala, in honor of his horse, who died around this time. The other was Nicaea, thought to be located at the site of modern-day Mang, Punjab. Even though the historical sources tells us that Alexander defeated Porus in an epic battle, there is still a big debate going on whether Alexander really defeated Porus or Porus really defeated him in battle. Well, let's not go into that now. Philostratus the Elder in the Life of Apollonius of Tyana writes that in the army of Porus there was an elephant who fought brave against Alexander's army. Alexander dedicated it to the Helios, the sun, and named it Ajax, because he thought that a so great animal deserved a great name. The elephant had gold rings around its tusks and an inscription was on them written in Greek. Alexander the son of Zeus dedicates Ajax to the Helios. East of Porus's kingdom, near the Ganges River, was the Nanda Empire of Magadha, and further east, the Gangaridai Empire of Bengal region of the Indian subcontinent. Alexander's army mutinied at the Hyphasis River, refusing to march farther east because they feared the prospect of facing other large armies and were exhausted by years of campaigning. They longed to see their parents, wives, children and their homeland again. Alexander tried to persuade his soldiers to march farther, but he eventually agreed after his general Calanus pleaded him to change his opinion. After many events, in 324 BC, Alexander's closest friend and possible lover, Hephaestion, died of illness or poisoning. His death completely devastated Alexander. After his funeral, Alexander went to Babylon. There he planned a series of new campaigns, beginning with an invasion of Arabia. A sad spoiler, he would not live long enough to realize them. Yes, Alexander later died at 10th or the 11th of June 323 BC in the palace of Nebuchadnezzar II, in Babylon, at age 32. Calanus was likely to be a Hindu Naga sadhu, whom Greeks called gymnosophists. He had accompanied the Greek army back from Punjab, upon request by Alexander. He was 73 years of age at that time. The Persian weather and travel fatigue weakened him. So he informed Alexander that he would rather die than live disabled. He decided to take his life by self-immolation. The place where this incident took place was Susa in the year 323 BC. He did not flinch as he burnt to the astonishment of those who watched. His last words before immolating himself on the pyre was, "We shall meet in Babylon." He prophesied the death of Alexander. But at the time of the death of Calanus, Alexander did not have any plan to go to Babylon. So no one realized what he meant by it. It was only after Alexander fell sick and died in Babylon, that the Greeks came to realize what Calanus intended to convey. Now, how did Alexander the Great die? Proposed causes of Alexander's death include alcoholic liver disease, fever, and strychnine poisoning, but little data support those versions. According to the University of Maryland School of Medicine report of 1998, Alexander probably died of typhoid fever which, along with malaria, was common in ancient Babylon. Historical accounts mention that Alexander had chills, sweats, exhaustion and high fever, typical symptoms of infectious diseases, including typhoid fever before his death. He developed a fever, which worsened until he was unable to speak. Throughout the centuries, suspicions of possible poisoning have fallen on a number of alleged perpetrators, including one of Alexander's wives, his generals, his illegitimate half-brother or the royal cup-bearer. The ancient Greek historian Diodorus recorded Alexander becoming stricken with pain after drinking a large bowl of wine. This theory made many speculators and writers to think that he died as a result of poisoning. Was he buried alive? A new study claims that he succumbed to a rare disease that left him paralyzed for 6 days, gradually robbing him of his ability to move, speak and breathe. It means he was likely still alive while his loyal soldiers prepared his body for burial in 323 BC. After he died, his body did not decompose for 6 days. So he was pronounced dead nearly a week early. His muscles were paralyzed to the point that doctors couldn't see he was still breathing. Now, we have many technologies and medical devices that we use before coming into a conclusion that a person has died. But in the ancient times, people checked whether a person is breathing or not to confirm his death and didn't use pulse to check if he was still alive. So it is possible that the doctors who treated Alexander checked his breathing and thought that he died, but all that time, he was still alive. The paralysis would have gradually restricted his respiratory muscles until his breaths were so small that doctors couldn't spot he was alive. Health scientists in New Zealand think that a rare autoimmune disease that destroyed his body from the inside. Due to the fact that his body didn't decompose for 6 days, ancient Greek scholars wrote that this proves that he's really a god. He was believed to be a god and son of Zeus even when he was alive and was regarded as the child of Amun, an Egyptian god in Egypt. So the scholars thought that his death and his body not decomposing proves it. What happened to his body? After Alexander's death, his body was laid in a gold anthropoid sarcophagus that was filled with honey, which was in turn placed in a gold casket. While Alexander's funeral cortege was on its way to Macedon, Ptolemy seized it and took it temporarily to Memphis. His successor, Ptolemy II Philadelphus, transferred the sarcophagus to Alexandria, where it remained until at least late antiquity. The recent discovery of an enormous tomb in northern Greece, at Amphipolis, dating from the time of Alexander the Great, has given rise to speculation that its original intent was to be the burial place of Alexander. However, the memorial was found to be dedicated to the dearest friend of Alexander the Great, Hephaestion. Pompey, Julius Caesar and Augustus all visited the tomb in Alexandria, where Augustus is said to have placed flowers on the tomb and a golden diadem upon Alexander's head. Caligula was said to have taken Alexander's breastplate from the tomb for his own use. By the 4th century AD, the resting place of Alexander was no longer known. Many later authors report having seen Alexander's tomb, and according to one legend, Alexander's body lies in a crypt beneath an early Christian church, but I hope one day, we will definitely find his tomb somewhere in the world. Even though we know this much about Alexander the Great and his deeds, much about his incredible life and grim death still remains a mystery to this day. What do you think about Alexander's death? Comment down your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new and interesting. Tap the thumbs up icon and subscribe to this channel. It helps our channel to grow and reach more people. Share this video to your friends and family who might be interested in this topic. I'll see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching.